week we're starting to read The Colomber by Dino Buzzati. Before we read the story, there's some things that we need to do to prepare ourselves. So I want you to write the following things in your composition notebook. To begin with, I'm going to start out simple. You need to write today's date. Of course, when I did this recording, it was on October 5th, 2016. So you might be doing this on a different date. That's okay. Just write today's date. Next, let's talk about the theme, on the edge. There's a lot of things in life that happen to us that will keep us on the edge. Maybe it's a bad situation, maybe it's an exciting situation where we're forced to make some sort of decision, or we're anticipating something that might happen to us that's good or bad. So what I want you to do in your composition notebook is I want you to tell about a time when you felt forced to make a challenging decision, met your destiny, or faced a fear. So in other words, write about a time you were under pressure to do something. This writing should be about 1/2 to 1 page in your composition notebook. Once you've written about that personal experience, the next thing I want you to do is write about a movie that kept you on the edge and what feelings did you experience. I think we all have one of those favorite movies, whether it's a scary one or maybe an exciting one or maybe it's a mystery type movie. But I think we all definitely have one of those movies that we're sitting on the edge of your seat waiting, oh my gosh, what's going to happen next? So I want you to write about 1/2 to 1 page of writing talking about that movie, or maybe it's more than one movie, but be sure to write down about the feelings that you experienced while you watched the movie. Once you've done that writing, the next thing you're going to do is write down some vocabulary words that we need to know before we start reading the story. This story setting takes place in a nautical type region. In other words, the main character is on a ship and close to an ocean or sea body of water. So write down the following words and definitions. Deck, floor of a ship. Stern, toward the back of the ship. Bridge, upper level from which a ship is controlled. Wake, trail left in the water by a moving ship. Freighter, ship used to transport large goods. Merchantman, ship used for trade. Plot, sequence of events in a story. Now, plot is something I'm sure you're already familiar with, and it's something that you've been learning probably since grade school. But just to refresh your memory and to go over it one more time so we can talk about what happens in the plot of a story, write down the following 5 parts of a plot. The very first thing that has to occur is exposition. This is the introduction of characters and setting. Of rising action. This is where we're introduced to conflict, whether it's internal or external, or maybe even both. These are all of the things that lead up to the most exciting point of the story, which is climax. Again, the most exciting point of the story. Then, once we've reached the climax, we've gotten to the most exciting part that kept us on the edge of our seats. We have falling action. And of course, this always occurs after the climax and leads up to the resolution. This is kind of where all of the missing parts, or maybe the loose pieces, get tied up. Then we have the resolution. All of the problems in the story are solved. And resolution is also known as a denouement. It's important to know. So go ahead, write all of these things down in your composition notebook, and then you'll be ready to read the story.